What's good, you guys? Today is the beginning of a brand new series on this channel where I'm going to be exclusively reviewing independent sneaker brands on Instagram. I started this because I've just been getting sick of buying the same big box brands like Nike or New Balance or Asics even. It just seems like I'm buying the same shoes over and over again. And if you clicked on this video, I imagine you might feel the same way. 3 guidelines to this series are going to be: one, simply that I found this brand exclusively on Instagram. I'm not saying they don't have physical stores somewhere else in the world or some kind of a presence, but they're just not as available as ones you find at big retailers. Number 2 is that it has to be a 100% original design. I'm not doing brands that do bootlegs of stuff or tweaks on this, because you already know what you're getting with that, so the design has to be 100% original. And number 3 is very simple. They just have to have in their current catalog at least one model that I'm personally interested in, and I think you as the viewer, knowing the type of content that I make and the shoes I cover, will be interested in as well. So today we're going to be kicking off the series with a shoe that really surprised me once I had it in hand for a lot of different reasons, and you'll see why as we go through it. And that is the Dybbuk New York Vortex V2. Now, the brand Dybbuk itself is one that you guys might already know about. They were started in 2018, and their kind of claim to fame that blew them up was a bootleg parody of the Nike Dunk Low that they called the Lucky 7. But the head of the brand, Donnie, in recent times has said that they are actually discontinuing the Lucky 7 line, and they're going to be moving forward to more original product design. And that is where this comes in. Now, this is not the first original design that they have done. This being the V2 is obviously the predecessor to the V1. That one, it didn't really do it for me, but as soon as I saw this one, I knew I had to check these out. So starting off with the packaging, it comes in this chrome flip top box that's actually really substantial in hand. It doesn't feel even as flimsy as some of the stuff you get from other big box brands. I've seen that even on the Lucky 7 series in the past, he's done a lot of different intricate box designs and colorways that coordinate to different releases and designs, but I just really like that attention to detail. Right away, you feel like you're getting something premium. On the top of the box, you get this Dybbuk word mark, and then you have the lines coming up from both corners of the top lid, and those design lines actually match up to the overlays that you see on the shoe. And then you have the Dybbuk branding again on pretty much every side of the box, and you get the original Dybbuk branding on the size tag as well. Now, the only hesitation that I had in doing this was kind of at first thinking that these smaller brands were not going to be able to produce as good of a quality of product as the bigger brands that have a bigger budget and factories, etc. But the more I started looking into shoes for this series, I've found that it's pretty much the exact opposite. As stated on their product description for this, they say that it uses genuine leather, and you can see even footage on Donnie's YouTube where he literally cuts his shoes open to show you that this is a higher quality leather than you might even be getting from Nike. And it's pretty obvious in hand that these are not just your regular synthetic overlays that are real flimsy and thin. The cut on all these panels has a really nice thickness to it, and in hand there's really just a nice structure to it, and it's not flimsy in any kind of way. The toe cap comes in a metallic chrome, and then you have these 3 blocked out areas in black that have sort of a grid design to it. It's not like it is a carbon fiber, but it kind of gives me that aesthetic in hand. And then at the tip of the toe cap, you just get another little edging of this black leather panel, and the mesh on here also is really beefed up. And on the interior of the shoe, it's all been lined with a really plush covering, so you don't feel any of these panels rubbing up on you when it's on foot. On the lateral side, you get all these crazy intersecting panels in this black and chrome colorway, and you can see here on that overlay panel, you have a very visible edging to that leather overlay. You also get some like infused panels that go under that in black and chrome over by the eye stay, and at the very top you have sort of a rubberized panel there where the laces end. Towards the heel, you have this big metallic silver panel, and then through the middle of it is almost like a plastic kind of TPU overlay in black, and at the center of the heel you get the Dybbuk New York branding. And on the medial side, you get the same aesthetic as before with those really nice thick leather overlay panels. And when it comes to the laces, my favorite part about it is that they give you 2 different lace type options. You get this more traditional style that you would find on pretty much any sneaker, but I swapped those out immediately for this black and white trail style lace that they added. I think that makes these hit way harder, and it just is the perfect aesthetic for this model. The bottom of the eye stay is another metallic leather panel, and then in the center of the lacing system you get these 2 different lace loops, and the center lace loop is in chrome leather again. The tongue patch design on here has the Dybbuk branding, and then underneath says locally built, globally respected, and then you have a global world map underneath that. You'll see that design again on the insole. The back of the tongue and sock liner just come in a silver gray that matches the insole, but now this is my favorite part about this shoe. If you went to their website and read the product description, it said that this shoe came with like orthopedic massaging insoles, and it definitely does. This is what you get inside. It has this really nice massaging texture towards the forefoot, and then you have this kind of like bubble in the middle, and on foot that bubble is like super responsive and just gives you a lot of bounce back. And the thickness of this and the heel cupping and the arch support, I love that. This insole has been so comfortable that when I even put it up against the move insoles that I put in most of my shoes, these are still kind of winning, and I've been putting these in a lot of shoes. These don't have the plastic shank that's in the move insoles, so these just fit a lot better into a lot of different models. And also by the forefoot, these are a lot thinner, where this can kind of raise up the stack height. So this has been really key for a lot of shoes. Some of them that these just weren't working for, this was definitely a good backup. I wish Dybbuk would honestly sell these as an individual product, because these are dope. And as far as the midsole, you get it in this like off-white type cream color, and it has sort of a trail aesthetic to it. It is relatively soft on the midsole portion, but the rubber on the outsole is considerably firmer and has these really deep rugged lines like a trail shoe would have. But honestly, with that insole in there, any kind of makeup of materials in this that would have caused discomfort underfoot is completely countered by that. I've been getting some really good miles in these, and these feel really comfortable on foot. I chose this colorway specifically because it's just so wearable. This is pretty much going to be a plug and play with anything that you want to wear. I really prefer how it looks with pants. I think that's a really nice aesthetic, but you could mix and match this with shorts or whatever it is that you're feeling. And holding up to the wear test basically of having worn these around a bit, those genuine leather panels on the upper are really resistant to any kind of creasing so far, and are just holding up really nicely. Everything about the inside of the shoe is extremely plush, and you get a good amount of cushioning on the heel collar, so walking around in these for an extended period of time, especially with that insole in, is not a problem at all. And it's honestly been pretty refreshing just to have something a little bit different on foot that you don't see everywhere else. Now, as far as sizing, they state on their website that these are true to size with a relaxed fit, and I believe they only make it in full sizes, so they recommend going up or down depending on where you fall if you are a half size. But I think that description is 100% accurate. These, in my opinion, are true to size all day. I'm a size 12 wide and flat footer, and I do believe that is a great description of it being a relaxed fit, because no part of the shoe is kind of coming up on you in any kind of way that you wouldn't like. Now, if this colorway itself just isn't your thing, this actually came out along with two other versions. There's like a brown version and then a lime and yellow. So if you want to get something more loud, you can do that. And all three of those versions are going to come with that standard lace and the trail look. So depending on what you want, you're always going to have an option for either one. And if you want to go even further than that, you have options to have these actually wax dipped in different colors. I'll put that up right here. It's kind of something that Donnie's actually been known for a long time, back when he used to do customs, but you can get them in all these different colors, and there's even options to have them dyed as well, where they do all the dye work for you, spray them off, and then give them to you as a finished product. But if none of those colorways are doing it for you, you don't have to worry, because he actually just announced in this like grayscale image that they're going to be coming out with 5 more colorways of this. And it was kind of cool actually. The post said that if you're able to guess from that grayscale image correctly all 5 colorways, they would actually give you one of each in your size for free. And as far as pricing and shipping on these, when I ordered these, it was an immediate ship. It was not a pre-order. I got these in like 4 days, so I give them like a 9 out of 10 for that. And then as far as price, these were $180, and I think with tax and ship it ended up being $190. So compared to some of the other ones that I've come across in this independent sneaker brand category, this is definitely a solid deal. And in my opinion, you're getting a really good product with some genuine materials, and they really took a lot of time to give you something premium. I feel like anybody who gets these in hand is going to appreciate these details and see the quality that they are providing. It's a big through line for the brand that they do not want to just be making stuff that's subpar. They want this to be the highest quality that it can be. And there's also matching tracksuits to go with this colorway specifically that they've produced. So if you're into that, you could do that also. But honestly, after deciding to start this series and having these be the first ones that showed up in hand, I'm extremely satisfied with these overall. Comfort, materials, design aesthetics, all that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what those next colorways are going to look like. And if you go onto their YouTube, I feel like this is a hidden gem because there's so little views on it, but you can follow basically basically from the beginning of the brand to present day, the history of the whole brand with his series he created himself called the Donnie Tapes. I think there's like 23 volumes of it now, but it's basically a skate video mixed with the brand ascension and all the details of like different things he did along the way. It was really interesting to watch, and by the time I was done, perusing that, I felt like I had a way better sense of the brand and what they were trying to do. But that's gonna wrap up my review on the Dybbuk Vortex V2. If you guys wouldn't mind liking, commenting, or subscribing, that kind of lets me know that I'm on the right track with this. I just feel like this is a really unique way to go at the sneaker content that I really didn't see anywhere else, so I decided to do it myself. And you can expect more editions of this series in the future. But thank you guys for watching as always, and remember, life's short, so buy the shoes.